Hello. As I am waiting for Mina the Hollower, and also juggling Lazarus Insomni, we're knocking out some short games in my backlog. So tonight I'm playing Donut County, which is like real tiny. It's like a fucking $3 game, or it was when I got it at least. But it looked fun enough that interested me. And who doesn't love holes? I'm doing good. Hope you are too, Cross. Happy Friday. Yeah, it's needed. Work is busy, as we're like trying to cram in stuff at the end of the project. Luckily, we now just hired a second person who is like also doing the stuff I do, so that takes a little bit of the pressure off me. We'll see what shakes out, because the company is good and we don't really do crunch, but I almost feel like we're gonna have to, or like I'm gonna have to, because there's still so much UI to do in a couple months. I don't know. We'll see. I love how, like, I don't know, you're just like, wow, I sure love my gay dad. Like that kind of vibe. You're very supportive of our degeneracy. Me and Cass. Surely this was originally a phone game. It's too bad that it wasn't like given a Switch 2 edition, because the mouse controls would work perfectly for that. But you know, tiny, so that would require a lot of extra effort. Jokes about holes are easy as are come. True. You are the most cum-loving straight twink around these parts. So this is the game, more or less, is I have to, like, in what could be described very lightly as a puzzle, I have to go around and like figure out how to get all the stuff in the hole by sucking in smaller objects first. I guess the raccoon is controlling the hole. Did you know that the human anus can fit nearly 2 raccoons inside of it? Something like that. Because I think they can compress... They can like fit through like a 4-inch... I don't know. I don't know the numbers. I don't know how large an anus can dilate to. But you're supposed to be able to fit nearly 2, so technically 1. I want to say 8 inches, and a raccoon can do like 3 point... I guess it'd be a little more than that. I don't know. 8 inches sounds big, though, for an anus. But then again, people do some crazy stuff back there. Oh, we flashed... Okay, I understood wrong. I thought we were flashing back, but now we'd flash forward. How did they prove that? I mean, I doubt they did. It would just be a matter of numbers. You measure a raccoon going through non-anal spaces, and then you measure anal spaces, and then you compare numbers. Yeah, and I don't even know if that varies between genders. Probably not, but maybe. Press A to deploy hole. I wish someone would deploy a hole around here. I mean, like, I know that obviously guys have their G-spot in their ass, but I think the actual mechanics of the anus are the same between men and women. I think. That's a little big. We'll come back to that. I can't get that brick yet. Okay. That's fine. Is the game volume okay? Because this still feels really loud to me, and I jacked it way down. Yeah, there we go. But okay, then I will put it down a bit more. So, yeah, like there really isn't a ton to this game, but it's kind of it hits like that oddly satisfying type of itch. Just putting things in holes. Cleaning up everything on the screen a little bit. I think there's achievements on some platforms. I bet there's an achievement for like consuming all the pottery without shattering it. That feels like a thing that would happen. Okay, yes, right. I've created fire in the hole. Oh, yeah, I was gonna burn the lines, but I guess we can, like, up with the balloon. It goes in the square hole. How dare they show me a donut? Now I want a donut. Maybe if I wake up before 5 p.m. tomorrow, we'll go get pastries with the girls or something. Sounded like Link. Trying to claw my way back to being productive. And I'm working on a thing for Aloe, so that will give me a little bit to do. Trashopedia. I thought it said like transphobia for a minute. Have a garbage day. Poor old man in the game. Yeah, Crow's not here. I know you like were being like, not you. But I deflected it. Poor Crow. If Crow is like around here more often at some point, I need to get him like a Gerson Boom sound redeem so he can be like, I'm old. I really, long term, I really want that. Especially if and when, I mean, not if, when, just, it feels like it is going to take forever because I'm slow. With V2 stuff, I want to have a lot of little unique things like that for like frequent customers. So like you, for example, little sound redeems and things that are unique to you and stuff like that that you can do. Go to the Crow to pass by more often, yeah. I mean, always feel free to chill on my behalf, but I try not too much myself. Outside of like social media posts stuff, which I'm not actively doing, and I need to get back doing that at some point. Ooh, a tentacle. What does that do? I mean, I guess it's the snake, but feels like a tentacle. No, you'd give you some fetus type shit? I would do that, yes. When I have, I think I mentioned this in Cass's, when I have like little chat goobers for everybody, I would like a way for you guys to be able to customize that, but I also, you know, I have my own designs that I may implement, at least to start, where I can be like, haha, look, it's cross the fetus one. And then, like, if you hate that and like something else, you can change it to whatever you want. I wouldn't, like, force anybody to keep their shit. And custom emotes would be fun, too. Like, something that could go on 7TV, maybe. Where, like, it would probably be, like, one emote per person, but something like that. And I've thought about maybe that could be a subathon reward. If you, I don't know, do, like, 5 gift subs or something, then you get a special custom 7TV emote that you can use so that people can, you know, like, come into chat and play their sound effects and do their emote and be like, hey, it's me, I'm here. Be a fetus and then a kid. We need to like celebrate once you become cross 22. Get you like one of those little rainbow propeller hats and a lollipop or something. Not too far away. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know how comfortable you are with, like, putting your information out there, and I'm not asking for it, but, inevitably, less than 12 months. Look at that dog. Got him head first. Come here, dog. You hippie hopping. The Anima people that also were born the day I was born, I don't feel like the day would influence much. I don't know if that means you're alluding to something specific or just like in general the way that birthdays work and there's a lot of people who share them. I don't know. It's like I don't personally like I don't care a lot about this kind of stuff if not for the fact that I try to be overly paranoid as a creator just in case I'm ever popular enough that someone could be like weird about stuff and use my information to like cause issues. And as a general rule of thumb, it's, you know, I don't ever want to feel like I'm trying to pump information out of chatters, because that's not really good to do either. That's not cute to do. Agreed. What do I... Oh, there's still a water puddle. Okay, yeah, then we arbitrarily get the bird. I would so be interested to know if they just happened to sample that from, I don't know if it would be Ocarina or Majora's Mask. Okay, now that you say that, that feels familiar, because I feel like I made some comments about it being during Game Month. Which is also funny, what with you being a twink. Yeah, maybe. Exciting! Our little boy's growing up. It might be a little bit early, but do you have anything planned? I don't do much for my birthday at this point. I'm a little bit of a holiday Scrooge for reasons. Not that I want to be, so at some point I'll probably re-embrace holidays. I'd love to like do cute gay birthday shit for and with a partner. So that's something I look forward to. Eat with my friends. Okay, I feel like okay. Utter woke nonsense. I know. Imagine being gay with a gay boyfriend. You wouldn't know anything about that. Chris said they had dick straws. Like bachelorette party, that's funny. How you doing, Twink? We got twink to twink communication in the chat right now. Not surprised that I'm playing a whole game and here you are. Maybe it's coincidental that they showed up like after some number of chatters threshold got met, but we always get like one or... Well, not one or two. We always get specifically 2 bots at a time. At least once a stream. Sometimes twice. So whoever's botting right now always has them come in 2s. Silence Chud, so mean to me. Frost is in here like, wow, I love my gay dad! And then Aloe's like, oh, flips hair, I hate you, die. Frost is the golden retriever twink, and Aloe is the sassy black cat twink. What do you got planned for the weekend, gay boy? What is a donut without a hole? Truly, what are any of us without a hole? They are the whole Vine Boom. I need to have Vine Boom. Do I not have Vine Boom? I feel like I would have been out. I guess because I mostly am thinking of it to like harass Aloe, but he's not around that often because he's too busy being gay and British. I saw, I don't know if it's quite the same as with the deer, but apparently Japan has like, I don't know if it's an island or a park or what, but they have like a bunny place too, where I think it's maybe kind of the same vibe where they come up to you for treats and stuff like the deer do in Nara. I think there's maybe a place with red pandas that does that. I think there's a cat island where they do that. They seem to just have like every kind of animals coming up to you for treats thing that you could need. Lay in bed guitar. Did I fuck up? I thought the physics were better about this. Do I have like an eject from my hole button? I might have to just restart. That's okay, we're not far in. Sunday see parents guitar. Musical twinks. I know I've mentioned that before to Cross, at least, that you're both little guitar playing, cat loving twinks, but I find the similarities funny. And you both love cum, even, despite the fact that Cross is straight. Dad decided he wants to learn electric, so I'm going to take my gear up there and let him have a go. He's acoustic right now. Yeah, you got him that for his birthday, right? Fuck. I'm stuck on this carrot again. Oh, no, I'm not. This is a mechanic. I used the carrot to lure the bunnies. Maybe I can make the bunnies fuck. Yeah! POV intense fucking widens your hole. Decided to get into electric, bought a cheap ass starter kit off Amazon, mentioned it to him, he decided he wanted to get back into acoustics since it's been 10 years. But you mentioned buying him some kind of guitar for his birthday, right? Or am I getting that confused with something else? Up a new nursing guitar, try my absolute best to stick to my goal and not buy it until I moved, yeah. Any new, I'm assuming not because I haven't heard anything, but any new big news on job stuff? Or moving, I guess, but I think again, you guys are just looking, as far as I know. I thought of repurchasing his old one from 15 years ago, but they were limited edition, so that was a no-go. Ah. Yeah, I'm sure retro stuff gets pricey. POV aloe when someone does lovey stuff. Ew, that's gross. That's gay. So waiting to hear back at this point, waiting for a yes or no. If I get moved on around 3, then we start looking more seriously. If it's no, then I'm gonna look for something shit like I currently do. I mean, at least, given that they put you on to round 2, I would assume they wouldn't just ghost you, which was always the shittiest part of job hunting. When you just don't hear back at all, and it's like, cool, thanks, someone, for literally not doing your job. That might be like one small silver lining thing about AI being involved in job stuff now, is I imagine that would at least result in a more likely automated response back, which is better than nothing. Though I'm sure me and everybody else would rather just not have AI in the process at all. But, you know, again, silver lining since it's there. What do you have? Are you just... Oh, he's kicking charcoal in there so that I can burn everything. Sure. Sure, and then that knocks off pieces of thing that I can absorb. I don't even know what these are. Some kind of desert tree. Awful name, solar, shade of blue and gloss finish is stunning. I could see that. Is it like kind of a deep Alaprax blue? Or more of an electric blue? Or what is it? I guess, well, when I say Alaprax blue, I'm thinking like V1, because your current is probably closer to, electric. Classic Alaprax blue is like a royal blue, I guess. No AI aside from shitty software for the video. Yeah. Real deep blue seems to be hard to find. Most guitars are more of an ocean blue or sky. Yeah, I'm sure there's trends like anything else. And I would not be the guy to know that information for guitars. Maybe it's like you want to tend towards brighter colors to have it stand out on a stage or something. I don't know. I'm sure there's plenty of guitars that are black out there though, which would throw that out the window. Looking at an Ibanez that was some blue, light blue. Much like car brand name, not brands, model, make. I will also not know what that is for instruments, but Aloe might. On stage, 50% are black. Okay, yeah, never mind then. Maybe there isn't a huge reason. Maybe it's just kind of happenstance. I can see you enjoying glossy as a little goober. It'll make your pupils dilate and your tail swish. We're doing dynamite on the next level. Okay, so now the water's just water. A bit silly. Matte colors are pretty. I can see how blue looks better glossy. This is from the room, so the colors that draws me to it most. What I have right now is a green sunburst guitar from Amazon, so that's cheap and I can bend the strings by simply squeezing the neck harder. I don't even know if I fully comprehend that. What? Oh, here. And then what does that do? It startled the birds. The birds didn't do anything. Maybe I need to light off a few. Or wait, do I suck it up after I light it? Probably. Yeah, now I'm on fire. Which immediately stopped. I think I need to smoke the birds out, perhaps. Oh, never mind. It just shoots back out. Leonard. Leonard sounds like Aloe's thing of just giving stuff like a dude's name. Leonard's like an upcoming town in Goober SMP 2 or something. Whoa, can you fall off the cliff, please? There we go. I feel like Leonard almost sounds familiar to me. But I could be like completely pulling that out of my ass. Why is there popcorn? Where did we get popcorn? Boom! That's another sound thing I should get, the kaboom from Wind Waker. Yeah, I still think getting a guitar for like sub 100 is really good. Creative options, same with the cheap pedals, easy never to get into it, but my god, after 6 months of playing, it's easy to tell where the shortcomings are. With your equipment, you mean? Like, you're like, yeah, I can tell why this is cheap. Frost would probably appreciate your whole little pedal board thingy that you put together. Yeah, wow, 1,000? I'm sure things can get into like the tens of thousands of dollars easy. The real fancy shit. Ever since those damn raccoons moved in. That's racist. Pedals are clones, so they're the same as the real thing. Guitars are much more complex than what they seem on the surface. I bet, yeah. I mean, any musical instrument, and just scale up as it gets more complex. You're doing, like, the making of it is a ton of very minute things that can produce different quality of sound, right? So that totally makes sense. If I remember, I think some of his stuff is like a certain way, and then at least one of the pedals lets him like synthesize stuff or whatever. Sometimes using my laptop or playing at home, it sounds pretty good. I like you guys having this in common. I push you together and tell you to be friends. You'd been to Aloe streams at least a couple times, I think, Ross, right? Before he went on his gay hiatus. His hiatus, if you will. Get in my hole. Goddamn, these guys are wiggly. I like pedals. Tactility is important to me, even if it's more expensive. Feels like I'm doing something. That makes sense. And yeah, I totally get what you mean. Like, playing a real game versus playing a ROM feels a lot better. That's such a SpongeBob ass house. I guess the can. Which is really not that different from a muffler. I'm trying to keep up with the guitar combo a little bit, but some of it's over my head, so it's kind of just you guys going like... Which again, twink-to-twink communication. Yeah, what do you mean? Your raccoon buddy's right there. You're being racist. Is that a raccoon problem or just a him problem? Use the stick on the bottom of the bridge. The guitar is go out of tune. Like, I don't even know what the bridge is. It's not the neck part, right? Where the strings connect to the body of the guitar, the neck is the long bit. Okay, so I mean, that makes sense. A bridge being a connector. So it's like specifically, I'm trying to like picture guitar. It's like specifically a part on the body of guitar where the strings attach. Something like that. Whammy bar, I at least know, thanks to Guitar Hero. I don't remember. I feel like I've talked about Guitar Hero and Rock Band with you, Aloe, and said that, like, it would be fun to play those someday. Like, if you ever visit again, and I dig them out. Okay, catapult. Right, that's what I canonically buy. This is weird. I don't... What am I doing with this catapult? Oh, I have to, like... Get it? No, that didn't work. Do I just want to unload things out of the hole now? Is this somehow making my hole bigger? That doesn't make much sense physics-wise, but sure. Okay, we put you in there, and then what happens? I'm gonna collect eggs. Which I can then launch to do what? Bullshit, that broke. Okay, infinite hole now. God damn it. I didn't mess that up. You have to kill something on your guitar? What does that mean? That's some fucking Uchiha shit. Oh, I'm gonna kill you to become stronger. Bear claw too. Push, not kill. But you said you only have to kill... Okay, okay. Right, you just typed it wrong. That brain stuff happens sometimes. That's too bad, because that would be funny if kill was the actual term. Honey nut. I'll nuttin' you, honey. Do I shoot this at the frog? Yeah, okay, yep. And his greed consumes him and he falls. I assume he just gets the bees too. It's not terribly complex, but I like that we have little gimmicks in each level. Because I kind of thought it was literally just suck everything up on repeat for however many levels this has. A little bit more variety is good. He's getting big. Speaking of Naruto, that's some Naruto-sized frogs. You know, if we got you two in Park together, we'd have a three-man twink band with the straight, bi, gay spectrum. Which is very funny. Nasty big cockroach. Wouldn't that be terrible? A bug that's the fucking size of a cat. Bigger and get you in my hole. There. I had to, like, resist sending it, because surprisingly I do have a filter. But, I saw, like, a thing on TikTok that was like, oh, look at this little stray cat that's coming right to me. The cat distribution system really works. And I was like, oh, it's aloe. Alright, what did that do? I need... oh, I just didn't get all the spices. So hold on. Pull the thingy to get soup. And then I get salt. Keep it away from the cockroach. I assume... oh, you didn't mean for you to drink that. This is pepper, even though it's not colored the same as on the illustration. Alright, how is this for you, bird? You like that? That's such a fun building, being shaped like a pot. It's called cat soup? There wasn't even a cat in there, was there? There's birds. Oh, now we're doing some, like, Katamari shit and getting real big. I guess we'd have to. I haven't really been paying attention. I haven't noticed, like, a greatly increasing sense of scale between levels. That's another game I might play soon. I have one of the Katamaris in my backlog. One of the recent ones, I think. Alright. Rank 10, quadcopter, Noom. I wasn't sure if that progress bar meant we were like getting to the end of this, but I guess we still got more to go. It's the quadcopters coming up. Joe tuned out so thoroughly they missed the one game message. Shit. Yeah, where was the game message? I did miss that one. I'm like glancing, I'm just not reading it all out loud. Aloe, would you ever be a drone guy? Because I could see you being a drone guy. So this early, I think Park also has a guitar though, so be like trying to get a group of 3 verses to decide who tops. Oh yeah, I completely missed that one. Yeah, I mean like the actual composition of a band, you don't just want all the same instrument on repeat, but I don't know. I'm just like, oh, it's my little gradation of twinks from straight to bi to gay who all love guitar. I mean, that's the challenge, right? Like, getting a busy chat, it becomes hard to read. Partly, as you guys are getting into technical talk, it's like larger sentences and paragraphs and things, which is tougher than short messages, but you know, that is a skill that I have to work on as I grow eventually. And I know I'm not doing myself any favors because I have big ass TV, smaller TV, which is a little far away, so it's hard to read. You know, I have to like kind of focus my eyes a little bit, and then monitor, but I have to like significantly turn my head to read monitor, as opposed to like your average streamer at their desk. It's probably like much less of a head tilt. I have drone shots, but I wouldn't be a drone guy because you need license. I'm not paying for that. That's fair. I'm just like, it's a tech thing. Plus you like photography, so yeah, maybe in a different world where you guys don't have funny licenses and things over there. Yeah, I am also in my head thinking that bands have like 2 guitars. And since my understanding is more limited, that, you know, is probably coming from like Guitar Hero, where I think you have like primary and bass, or lead and bass, whatever you'd call it. I'm sure there probably is a band with more than that, because inevitably there'll just be a lot of bands. Okay, so is that caught up then to present time in lore? But as far as you guys yapping and chat about guitar stuff too, like I'm also just, I don't know. Again, I think it's cute that you guys like the same stuff. So mentally, I'm like pushing you together to be friends, and I'm happy that you're having twink to twink communication about guitars. Reasonable license. Yeah, I would probably agree. It's because you hear about that kind of thing. People just being asses with drones. Make sure you're doing it for commercial or company or personal purposes within allowed zones, which I would imagine is like what your yard if you have one, and maybe like a public park or something. I guess if they have designated drone areas. Avenged Sevenfold, Queens of the Stone Age, also Radiohead. But I don't know, I always play 2, sometimes 3. I at least know all those by name. Public parks for the most part. Fine if you catch other people's houses from a park, but not to fly into someone's garden from the bedroom window. Yeah, that seems like one of those things where like common sense and intent play a big component in it, right? Because inevitably some Karen will be bothered about anything, but if you're just like out in a park and you see someone flying a drone around, it's like, okay, cool. That's kind of the place to do it. Like flying a kite or something. If you're like looking in someone's window, then clearly the intent is not a good thing. And yeah, safety concerns too, besides just like being a nuisance and a perv. I don't know if I've ever like seen a drone. I'm trying to think if my dad has ever had one, because I feel like I think he has. I think he has had one that he's tried for like hunting trips, so he can like film the dog stuff while they're off running and fetching and that kind of thing. But I don't know if I ever like was involved. I think he maybe just had me like help him with something on the computer with it. It's too dark in here. I need RGB for my hole. I need the RGB twink hole. The RGB gamer butt plug. Is the mask haunted? Like, what's going on? My uncle had multiple drones, remote air, so it's fine. Lost 2 in trees. Like, just crashed and broke and got stuck, that kind of thing. It is, I suppose it is also a very, like, middle-aged man hobby. And you are a little itty-bitty man. Far from middle age. Kitty! Put him in the hole. Around the fur sounds like a fucking furry convention. That is an Alaprax ass possum. It looks like he's wearing a little hoodie. It is! He has like a little emo fringe. That's really cute. I like that. I have the album tattooed on me if it didn't have such an awful color. Well, I don't know the album, but you do be having albums tattooed on you. Is Raccoon Lagoon an amusement park? That's cute. I'll try White Pony from Around the Fur. I have 3 tattoo worthy album covers. Just happens my favorite isn't among them. Are you planning to get... I'm sure you are planning to get more tattoos in general. And you've probably said as much and I can't remember right now because streamer brain. But are you planning to get more album covers specifically tattooed? White Pony, I guess, made me think of White Snake, like JoJo's. I have to imagine, because we've talked about Steel Ball Run, right, Cross? I have to imagine that, like, as a musical twink and an anime watcher, that you really like JoJo's, and you're just like, oh, every time that like a music reference happens. Not right now. I want to get these and cover. I've extended the wrap around. Okay, yeah, I thought you maybe still had more to do with that. I wasn't sure. JoJo got me into King Crimson. I can totally see that. It's so funny because after I started watching JoJo, I would like hear, you know, because they use real songs for like the credits and shit. So I'd like hear just like normal real music and I'd be like, oh, it's the song from JoJo's. What are we doing? Why is this not going more? It doesn't seem to want to spit out any more gumballs. Oh, here. Maybe I'm doing that wheel? Okay, I did something somehow. Okay, so I can squirt water, but I have to repair this. There we go. Friend mentions music from Guns N' Roses, Jimi Hendrix, etc. And I'm like, yeah, that's a JoJo stand. That's how you know you're a nerd, when you do that. Is he where he needs to be? What else do I need to do? Oh, I do just have to keep spinning the wheel. Okay. Shit. I need to evacuate my hole. We can get in it. Water. Damn. Can I do this? I hope I didn't fuck myself. It's like stuck on the pipe back here. Black Sabbath, Dio, the Zappelli family, Dire and Straits. The Straits do be dire. Fuck, I might have to restart this. Well, maybe not. Maybe I can physics it. Yeah! Sticky Fingers and Moody Blues are the two I don't recognize. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if I knew that Dio was like a band name until just now. I thought that was just a guy. Dire Straits, goated band. My granddad's funeral song was Money for Nothing. Hello, Horace. How's it going? that do anything, or is it spinning the same amount? Dio is a reference to Ronald James Dio, a big metal singer. Okay, so a singer. That makes a little bit more sense, but I still wouldn't have known that was a reference. Wait, is this that one song? It's like edging me. It sounds like it's gonna be that one song. Dio is in a Tenacious D song. Oh, okay. I recently, I haven't watched Kung Fu Panda 4, but I recently discovered that Jack Black did Baby One More Time for the credits of that, and that delights me, because he puts his whole pussy into it. And I also just like that song to begin with. What is your idea, Horace? Jack Black is a good Ozzy Osbourne. I can see that. Yeah, he's got, I can't even vocalize the quality. I probably can't, but like, the, something is in there. You and Aloe could probably put a word to it, but I can like hear how they're kind of similar. Joe Alex and Credibisis on Subnautica 2. I don't know about Aloe, but I'm not probably super interested in Subnautica. It's rare for me to like be super engaged with like those kind of open-ended survival-y gather resources type of games. But I do enjoy Crit in general, so I would enjoy playing things with Crit maybe that aren't Subnautica. Did a cover of Mr. Crowley with Tom Morello's son. You lost me again? Now I don't know what the rest of that is. Speaking of Jack Black, I saw that they announced the Minecraft sequel is out next year. The movie. How do I get you in the thing? Freaking mouse. What are we doing? What is the Tucker Carlson thing like? Fuck, they've been parroting it so much I should know. What are we doing? What is this? What's going on? Something like that? Not that I can do a good voice. Not interested both in Subnautica and a second Minecraft movie. Oh, Alaprax hates Minecraft. We did watch the first one, I think. My mom, my sister, I, and Aloe. It was fine. It was enjoyable enough, but, you know, Alaprax is a fussy little kitty, so he'd be fussing. This is a visual representation of what it feels like to drive a Prius in the US? Yeah, more or less. Wouldn't you love it if you could just come around with a big hole and suck up all the cars? Not really. Too busy putting other things in there. Either I'm just getting unlucky or they're putting me in more situations where I have to like bump things around. Yeah, I don't have any of the like actual Twitch stuff set that's gonna be coming down the road when I get all my V2 stuff done, but I have the Redeems command right next to me there that'll let you do some funny sounds in the meantime. I feel bad because they turned that thing on where it's like anybody can have things now, but like one, I don't have assets ready, and two, like without putting my whole pussy into everything, just turning stuff on arbitrarily is just gonna like complicate my taxes for little to no benefit. So it doesn't make sense for me to like try to rush and like turn stuff on yet. The plan is unchanged. I just gotta do all my V2 things. Just be like every 70k viewer streamer and leave everything at default. Well, I mean in the sense that I don't have anything turned on, yes. If I turn things on and leave it at default, that just, again, like, I'll get like one sub and then I'll have to do taxes for like that one sub. Because apparently that shit's taxable even if you don't, like, pull the money out, which I just recently learned with this new conversation the other day. So my whole idea of even like, hey, after I do it, can I just sit on the money and not do my taxes? Because I probably don't like need the money. No, I can't, unfortunately. People listen out to file my own taxes. Yeah, it's stupid. It shouldn't be the way it is. The only way it is the way it is because if we do it ourselves, then rich people can like cheat and do shit. For your average citizen, the fact that they know and you get in trouble if you do them wrong, but you have to do them anyway, is very stupid. So like everything else, we suffer so that the rich can fuck around. Here you go, here's the Alprac stream. Getting rid of all the cars. I can't even see the word pup anymore. I'm just like, oh, furries. Rich people would cheat regardless and have to pay their taxes anyway because they most often own the business. The reason U.S. citizens have calculated their own is because every issue is a result of Intuit, TurboTax, lobbying. Yes, that too. Rich people and the American spirit to suck money out anywhere you can and then influence the government so that you can keep doing that. What's your opinion on the Switch 1? As in the first Switch? Like, it's fine, it's good. I've always been happy about the Switch, because the need to, like, do things like Pokemon on a handheld console did not delight me, and so putting that on a home console that can still be handheld for people who want that is great. I like that they merged their shit into one platform. Is the raccoon called Burger King? Possibly. I don't know if they've said what BK stands for, but I like the implication that it is Burger King, perhaps. Which also feels like something you would maybe name a pet. Not BK, but full out Burger King. Raccoon HQ. Big raccoon. I'll believe it's Burger King. Burger King in our hearts. And our arteries. And I put a little ad telling me it's the Burger King. Never beating the burger allegations. And then I guess TK is like Trash King. Burger King. You're such a little critter. I'm just like waiting for the day that we randomly get a cat, because Kiki's like always trying to make a cat happen. I'll feel bad though if I get a cat before you. Oh, okay. People who hate cats are in denial until they meet a cat. I don't know about that. I mean, I think it's a red flag when people don't like cats, but some people are just like set in their ways. I don't know that they're gonna suddenly love one. Although then again, there's that stereotype of like the dad and the pet he never wanted, and he was like babying it and loving it so much. So maybe there is some truth to that. Well, the main thing that I've heard from my dad is like it's unsanitary because they walk in the litter box and then climb on a counter. Which reasonably I'm like yeah, that is a concern. So that's something I would probably try to like train to some degree. And then you also have to worry about like right now, if we got a cat, it probably would not be allowed in my room because I'd be worried that it would like, or I mean maybe it would, but it'd have to be like real like supervised. You're sitting and snuggling on my lap, like you're not just gonna be allowed to wander in here because I have too much shit for it to knock over, and a wall-sized TV that I'd be worried about it like scratching up or something. Got people talking about how I don't like the energy of dogs. And dog people be like, cats are such asshole pets, they don't even belong indoors. They absolutely belong indoors, because if they aren't, they get, like, fucked up and pregnant. Me for real. Yeah, as soon as they let you outside, you went and got pregnant. So, like, yeah, I like cats. Oh, fucked up and pregnant. Mutually exclusive, though. Meaning that once you become pregnant, it unfucks you up, it solves all your problems. Truly a white woman thing of you to say. What was I gonna say? Oh, so yeah, I like cats, but I do worry just logistically with like my breakable shit, about like an unsupervised cat in my space. But a supervised cat in my space, fine. Well, I'm fucked up right now, so I guess I'll never be solved. I don't understand the asshole pet thing. I mean, some of it's probably a stereotype with like the whole like batting things off ledges. Dogs in general, I think, are more trainable. Hello, Tig. Guess who's here? It's your kitty. We can get some kitty enrichment. Tig's been missing you. So there's the stereotype about them like knocking shit over. There's the fact that they're less trainable, which, you know, I think a lot of dog owners like the thing that, you know, you can just fucking like yell and scream and beat a dog until it does what you want. And that's probably harder with cats. Doesn't go in a room if there isn't anyone there. I imagine it can vary, like with any pet, like with personality and stuff. Beat. Well, yeah, you know, I mean, like some people spank their kids, some people smack their dogs. I'm not saying it's good, but like people will resort to that. You know, or like heavy use of a shot collar or something. And I mean, in theory, you could put a shot collar on a cat too, but I don't feel like that's done as often. And maybe some of that is like the disposition of cat owners not wanting to be that way. Whereas, again, dog owners, I think there's a big culture of like, you're gonna do what I want, however I have to make that happen. People are uncivilized under no circumstances that have element of training. No, I don't. Of course not. Yeah. I think there's value in an electric collar specifically for like an emergency scenario, I think. Like my dad has always had them for hunting and stuff because, you know, guns are dangerous, or like if your dog was gonna run out into traffic, I would rather like zap the dog and have him like be like, oh, than have him run into traffic, right? Not that Raider has that kind of disposition where I'd be worried about that anyway, but it's... I like it as a potential emergency feature. But yeah, like in general, a lot of people are not good pet owners for one reason or another. Like, people don't know how to train their pets. People don't know how to like keep them together in public in the same way they don't know how to do that with their children. Some people go into those like not so great kind of violent training methods. I'm completely opposed to the idea. I mean, I don't know. If I were to go out and get my own dog, I don't know that I would go get a shot collar. But we've had it, and so I've always been in the habit of like, if we're gonna go out on a walk, I'm gonna like put that on you just in case. Although recently, I don't think I even know where it is because my dad always moves the dog stuff. And you know, there's levels to them too, so it's not like you're instantly electrocuting them. You can have it just be like a little boop. Not that I'm trying to like defend big shot collar or anything, but just to explain. If the gunner, if Olaf weapon has a gun, everyone's protected, which is not how it works at all. I kind of get what you mean. But again, like the most useful scenario in my mind is like if you had a very excitable dog and it got off leash and was gonna like run into traffic or something, then you could maybe stop it with that. Which is the lesser of two evils at that point. One day I'll get a chest harness. Yeah, like in most cases, you keep your pet on a leash shouldn't be an issue, right? Unless the leash were to break, which is probably not super likely. Wait for cop to show up. USA, USA, USA. Or what's her name? Trump's person who I think has now been fired that loves shooting dogs because she's a freak. Oh, are we making soup again? Can I not shoot water out of my hole? I don't. What am I doing? Stopped? Okay. Oh, the drinky bird can drink up the water. I can get another firework or something. I'm not sure what, though. Pam Bondi, that's the one. Oh, I need to probably put a firework into the firework display and set it off. Wait till this gets here, light it, and then suck it up and do what? Blow up the screen, okay. Sure. Oh, the firework display is just shooting them out. Yeah, that makes sense. But now, what else? We need to get the wires again. My best friend's neighbor's giving her dog death threats. That's excessive. Like, because it's barking or something. Christy, Noam, Almago under the same name. Yeah, I mean, I'd literally need to go back and look at the other name because... Oh, yeah, Pam Bondi, Christy, Noam. That is the same name. That's the same woman. The dog barked once and sent the man into a deranged spiral. Okay, it's one thing... Well, one, the death threats are excessive, but it's one thing if the dog was, like, infinitely barking and never shutting up. But one bark... Not the end of the world. What, do people like that get pets? I think Tig is saying that there's a pet owner and then there's a neighbor that's annoyed by it. Do I have that right? Okay, yeah. Yeah, so it's not the pet owner, it's just neighbors being fussy. Because again, one bark is nothing. Oh no, my hole is caged. Least annoying neighbor? What, with a one dog bark? Yeah. Or do you mean the complainer? Ironically, sarcastically. I get more annoyed at, like, one of the neighbors by us has, like, kids, and so anytime you go outside, you can just, like, hear their kids making noise. I'd rather hear a dog, honestly. The neighbor, yeah. Want a pickle? Pickle pals, rise up. Reverse the holes, damn. Mom was asking what I was playing, and I told her about this game where you, like, do a hole and stuff, and she gave me, like, the... like... Dwayne, Alice Dwayne emote look. And I'm like, I know. It just sounds that way because I'm the one saying it. I hate wiping my butt. Straight guys be like. You know what? Tig is here too. Y'all in chat, it's like all twinks. The whole game brought out all the twinks. I'd sooner deal with kids in someone else's garden 293 miles away from me than my neighbor upstairs who keeps drilling holes in the wall at 2 a.m. That does seem reasonable to make a noise complaint about that happening at 2 a.m. Also, I'm kind of surprised they can even drill holes because apartment. I mean, maybe not like illegal per se, but that definitely seems like it would break some sort of reasonable noise thing. Freehold apartments. I assume from context that means you can treat it more like a house and do things like drill holes in the wall. I think here that would be very, very uncommon. I fear I'm losing my twinkiness, unfortunately. This is what I get for eating so many cookies. Well, you gotta, like, live and enjoy life, right? Like, I wish I was fucking ripped. And I'm kind of slacking right now in general, but you also have to just, like, eat food. You can't survive on ice chips and raw, not raw, bland, unseasoned chicken. I think, though, if I wasn't, like, working my day job, even though it's the easiest job of anybody I know, I think I would have an easier time being stricter with food. Because, like, as is, you know, having a little yummy something helps me get through the day. It's a little emotional boost. I don't get the guys that don't season their chicken. Right? Because, like, well, I mean, some of it is just your disposition, because some people are like, oh, you know, food is food. But it's not like seasoning is gonna fuck up your macros. I feel like the only thing you really need to worry about with that kind of thing is, like, don't have an overabundance of salt. And, like, everything else is more or less fine. I'm gonna do everything in my power to retain my twink body and perfect hair, which means not doing a whole lot because I don't eat more than I need to and my family hair genetics are good. Yeah, Mr. Genetic Lottery over here. British twink, has a boyfriend, has good hair, has a skinny little tummy. Save some for the rest of us. Well, so, yeah, you could do what Tig says and talk to them. If that doesn't work, file a complaint. Or you get drilled really loudly and see how they like it. Did not expect a boss battle. Oh, I do have a health bar, don't I? I guess I should avoid that. But what am I sucking up? Now that's an interesting idea! According to all the good genetics, I just got autism as a punishment for being hot and hung. I mean, it has its advantages too, right? We make enough noise ourselves. Oh, I'm trying to knock out the boss fight. Get in my hole. Kind of counter to the complaints, so we just let it happen. It advantages that pull the autistic baddies. True. You do the thing cross-posted about, and you have autism to autism communication. I'm probably biased because algorithm, but like ever since I've known you, it feels like the ways I see people discussing autism is like a lot more positive. Have her talk about guitars, yeah. See, I don't know, that's where it's weird for me, because I'm like, I can relate so heavily to certain aspects of that. I'm scared to get a diagnosis because USA. But I definitely feel like I'm maybe somewhere on like an ADHD kind of spectrum. Something like not maybe the same, but adjacent. Specifically when I see stuff talking about how like ADHD brains work with like motivation and like doing tasks and stuff, and I'm like, oh, that really sounds like what I feel like I have going on. More positive look overall because it's not 2016 anymore, but there's a negative period in 2022 when TikTok decided pretending to be autistic was the new thing. But moving on. Yeah, I don't know. That's one of those things that you have said that, but I haven't seen it a lot myself. I kind of managed to like sidestep the worst of social media, it seems like. The worst I get is like the occasional VTuber drama document thing, and then I'm just like, I don't want to see that. I just want to see like other VTuber stuff. The hacking device. I'm in. I suspect Danny may be on the autism spectrum, but would rather not find out because that could stop him from being a pilot. Yeah, understandable. I deleted TikTok made last year and I'm planning to keep it that way. I should, because it's too easy for me to get sucked into it and waste time with my like avoidant brain and not wanting to like, you know, like imposter syndrome art stuff where I'm like, oh, I'm not good at this. And so then I end up procrastinating and fucking around, and TikTok just enables that. I could absolutely see that being the case though, Aloe. I feel like, granted it could vary by country for sure, but I could totally see them being like, oh, you're anything but like baseline neurotypical. No pilot license for you. Because that's the kind of thing where it does feel like they would be very old world about the mindset of it. What now? I'm gonna make a fucking tornado? Get in my hole. I guess, yeah, maybe I can destroy the little raccoon headquarters, because raccoon racism, I guess. Who tells me they can't stop you, but if they know, they're much more likely to hit you with, well, we can't legally say. Oh, sure, and that too, yeah. Even if it's not a literal on paper thing, you're gonna have people being shitty and discriminating. A trash crisis. When would that ever happen? Lol, lol. Planes are like top 10 autism interests, though. They absolutely can be pilots, but they'll try to stop you. Yeah, honestly, I feel like that could easily be a benefit, because if you just special interest that shit, then boom, you've got a great pilot. Then he doesn't want to push his luck. He's already fucking blind and on the limit of what the rules allow. Yeah. That probably depends on the country, Aloe. Like, I think here, I assume, at least, I think, like, any kind of diagnoses you get are just, like, on the record. In air quotes, the record, whatever the record is, wherever the record is. Like, I think that would just be accessible even without you supplying that information to stuff like employers. What do you mean? I know every law in every country. Is that you saying, did I say you know every law, or that's you sarcastically saying you know every law? Because if I said you know every law, I misspoke or you misheard. Yeah, I really don't even know ours. That's the understanding I think I have. I mean, I would say look into it, right? Like, make sure that it's not something that is automatically put out there. Which really, I don't know. On one hand, I can see the line of thought that's like, hey, if there's like a diagnosis you have that would prevent you from doing something that should be a matter of like, not public record, but like accessible record so that you don't like create danger. But the definition of what someone is going to say is dangerous is not going to be correct. And so then at that point, it's like, well, that should just be personal and not something that should be put out there that can be accessed without your consent. Oh yeah, yeah. Train autism and plain autism feel like they would be related. Kissing your dirty chicken sounds like a euphemism. You gotta be wired differently to want to work at a vehicle and know everything about how different miles and stations work for your entire life. I mean, I'm probably not that interested in kind of hardware specifically, but I get having like a very strong interest in knowing a lot of this stuff. You know, like my probably closest to autistic interest is Pokemon, because my brain activates whenever that comes up. But even then, I'm sure there are like actual autistic people that know way more. Like, I can't list off how much a Pokemon weighs and shit like that, and I'm sure there are people that can. I just mean neurotypical don't spend their entire lives obsessing over a handful of things autistics do. Right. Yes. Being wherever I am on the neurotypical to neurodivergent spectrum, and also being a nerd, I feel like I can relate even if I am not actually autistic myself. And I don't know, I guess just being fucking open-minded too, because like, heaven forbid you try to put yourself in someone else's shoes for 2 minutes. Most people are not capable of that. Despite it really not being that hard. Elon Musk is interested in the US money and trying to get on Epstein Island, yeah. Such a healthy and diverse set of interests. Burger King, if you want someone to love your stink, you gotta find a nice gay man who's not too fussy to enjoy stink. I hope she moved her arm. That's a good way to get your arm cut off. Not true? No, very true. Just gotta not be fussy. Where am I going? Which way is the credits? Do I even need to be here for this? Can I just... Sure, yes. Okay, yippee! That was Donut County. We will let credits happen and then move on to mainframes. If being fussy is not wanting my man to smell like absolute dog shit, then the world has gone mad. Well, yeah, the world has gone mad, obviously. I think here's the thing. Like, if you like dude stink, that's like a dog-coded gays thing, and you're a cat-coded gay, so you don't like stink. Israel Vision, very political. Huh. Yeah, I saw Eurovision, I'm like, Tig, you know I don't watch that shit. And then I was like, oh, he's asking Aloe. Because truly, the last time we talked about that to now, like, as soon as we stopped talking about it, it is out of my mind and it does not exist. I could not give less of a fuck about Eurovision.